Namaste and welcome back to my channel. This is going to be a very special video for astrology lovers. I want this video to reach a wider community of astrology enthusiasts. That's why I am doing it in English. Let me tell you a bit about myself. My name is Shree. I am from Kerala. I started studying astrology from my childhood onwards, but it took a professional direction when I started studying under the guidance of Guruji Shree Raoji in Rao Institute of Vedic Astrology, Bharati Vidya Bhavan, New Delhi. I started attending international classes from 2014 onwards. I attended the class of 2014, 15, 16, 17, 18 and 19. After that, I've been learning from Shree Deepak Visaria, Pammi Bartwal and other teachers also. All are from Bharati Vidya Bhavan who are personally trained by Guruji Shree Raoji. Yesterday, I went to Guruji Shree Raoji's house with one of my fellow students. Earlier, Raoji was in Delhi. Raoji shifted to Bangalore in 2021. Yesterday was a very, very memorable day in my life. Meeting with our Guruji can erase a lot of sins, a lot of fears, a lot of doubts from our life. In our horoscope also, the house of Guru is also known as the house of God, which is the 9th house. Once when you get a Sattvic Guru, you will understand how the life is going to positively transform. Even though I started studying astrology by self, like I started as a Western astrologer. Normally, most of the Vedic astrologers starts their career as Western astrologers because it is very easy, very simple. But basically, it is majorly based on transits. Starting from my childhood, I wanted to learn that professional astrology, but those days, there were no source to study other than this published articles which comes through books or magazines. But in 2012 and 2011 and 12, my life went through a lot of transformations, like painful transformation. That time my Ketu Dasha was operating. The first two Antardashas of Ketu was very hard for me. It was very, very painful, psychologically crushing, physically very painful. But after the two Antardashas, the rest of the Ketu Dasha was so great for me. Even though people say like Ketu indicates isolation, detachment, depression, but after two Antardashas, the first Antardashas, my life was full of happiness. I got career success. I got material pleasures, which is not very normal or very common for all who goes through Ketu Dasha. In that Ketu Dasha, I met Guruji Shree Raoji and I got the blessings to be his student. During our international class in 2019, before Corona, Guruji Shree Raoji told us we wouldn't be conducting a class in 2020 because some obstruction, major evil is going to impact the entire world. He did not say that it is COVID or Corona, but he said something, a big negative event is going to take place, and that is going to impact all the world. What I thought was like, Russia and China war, or Russia or US war or something like that, and the price hike of petroleum products. That's what I thought. But I never could understand it was COVID. Even in my personal studies also, after Guruji Shree and Raoji told that some evil is going to come up, I did some personal studies. That time also all of us could understand something very bad is going to come up. But certain astrologers, other astrologers who predicted pandemic, but not corona, some pandemic is going to come up. From 2019 onwards, there were no international classes, and they are planning to conduct it on 2025, but I started studying personally from various teachers. In 2023 also, I came to Bangalore and I met Guruji Shree and Raoji, and this year I requested him via mail, sir, may I come and meet you? He said, yes, you are always welcome. So I came into Bangalore. I went to Raoji's house yesterday. Me and one of my fellow student, of Adhyatmik student, we spent around 5-6 hours in his home, in his house. Raoji is around 93 now. Despite sir being bedridden, very happy to see us. He told us, you will have lunch from here. Then he shared a lot of things. He inquired about my career, my life, my children. He asked both of us to attend a research class where he is teaching personally. Now sir is not teaching any Jyotish Visharad or Praveena. Sir is only guiding research group. I studied with that group. So in this video, I am going to tell you very, very crucial things which he taught me yesterday, which was very useful for me. And after listening to that, I was so thoughtful about my life, the world in general, spirituality, righteousness, dharma, code of conduct, and certain dashas. Even though the class was not for a long time, it was hardly for around 1 or 1.5 hours, but I could learn a lot. And sir asked me to come today also, so I am planning to go to the house in the evening after taking permission, because the health is stable, but afternoons are the people who goes to sleep or take some rest. But Raoji is always an inspiration. So I have taken some notes in this paper. I didn't have any book or pen or something like that. Where is my glasses? I don't know. Okay, 1 minute. So in that research group, one of the students shared a horoscope. That horoscope was about a very high-flying bureaucrat who made a lot of money, billions, but through unrighteous means. He was caught by the government. He was arrested. The contradiction was that he was a very dharmic person. He made a lot of money. He had a lot of luxuries. Despite being a dharmic person, he had to go to the prison, or he was arrested, something like that. So one of the students was asking, he did all the illegal activities, but his horoscope is showing dharmic activities like taking part in pujas, taking part in rituals, going to pilgrimages. One side he is doing all these things, the other side he is also doing unrighteous things. So one student was asking, Guruji, what is the difference between dharmic behavior and adhyatmic behavior? What Guruji said is that dharmic conduct is doing spirituality, doing rituals like attending puja, going for pilgrimages and reciting the scriptures. This particular person, the person mentioned in the horoscope, he was very well versed in Gita. He knew what is written in the Gita. And the special scripture in Gita is that the karma should not be based on the expectation that you will get something in return of your karma, and whatever karma you do, you will get the appropriate result to you. So this person is doing a lot of outwardly things like puja, this, pilgrimages, reading scriptures and all that, but the other side he is doing all the illegal activities. So what Guruji said is that Dharmic lifestyle is okay, everybody does, but Adhyatmic lifestyle is something which is above Dharmic lifestyle, where the person realizes that doing all these things may not be always elevating you, enlightening to do the right karma. We all can do various rituals, like we can go to various temples listening to this, the God is here, God is there. If you go to this church, this church or this temple, or if you go to this place to do some religious rituals, you will get moksha, or you will get prosperity, or you will get a lot of blessings, or your hardships will be getting released, or the God will delete all those bad events. But Adhyatmikta, like whatever God gives, we need to submit ourselves despite happiness, despite sorrow, despite any negativity. Once we start submitting ourselves in front of the God, that is called Adhyatmic life. How it corresponds to astrology is that, let me tell you something. Just now I did a marriage consultation. This person is born in 1985. He has a kid. He is a divorcee and looking for the scope of second marriage. The horoscope do not promise a good marital life. And he wants to move on. He wants to get married again. He badly want to get married. So what I asked him, are you sure that you want to get married? He said, I want to move on. I want to get married. But being an astrologer, I understood that this person's love life will be always into trouble. I told him, you can get married and these are the possible time period for his marriage. But you cannot expect a kind of love which you want to have in your life. See, our expectation can be something else, and what the God wants us can be different. The promises in the horoscope can be good as well as bad. That is the decision, or that is the, what do you say, that's what God wants you to go through in this life. You cannot demand God that I want this, I want that, I want a happy marital life. The God is giving you with His grace. Take it. Otherwise, accept it. The person which I mentioned earlier, for whom I did marriage consultation, the chances for him to get married is very bleak. Still, he has the destiny to go through bad relationship again, so he will get married. After the 1 year of the marriage, during the first few months of the marriage will be full of romance and everything, but slowly it will start reducing. And at one point he will think, why I got married? I know this is a negative content, but let me tell you, there are so many horoscopes which says that this person should not get married. I'll go one step ahead and I'll tell you, there are people who are not supposed to have physical relationship. When we think about the worldly context, we may feel that everybody can get married, everybody can have physical relationship, everybody can have children. But when we come to astrology, we will come to know not everybody has the destiny to enjoy all those things. We have different kind of destinies, and we should not compare. The other person is getting married, so I should also get married. 2 days back, one madam mailed me, ma'am, my daughter is around 34. She is born in 80. So 34 or 35, unsure about that, or more than that. I'm very bad in that mental calculation. She already crossed the age of childbirth. I mean, when women get married early and produce children between 26 and 30, that is good. See, you should not go for the opinion of social media professionals or Bollywood celebrities that 38 is good for marriage. Women will choose which age she has to get children, she should produce the children. It is not like that. Everybody's body clock is different. What science says, at this age to this age, if you can produce the child, it will be good. The child's health also will be good. And see, these days, too much of influencers are stuffed in the media and giving wrong directions to people. So this girl, this lady, anyway, she crossed 40, I think. And she is going to various IVF hospitals and testing the chance to get children for the last 3-4 years, but nothing is getting materialized. So she asked me, ma'am, what is the possible time for childbirth? Can she get the child? The thing is that no ethical astrologer will tell you that you will not have the luck to have a child, even if the horoscope says. It will be very, very unethical, or it will be very painful for any woman who want to have a child to listen that she will not become a mother. So for me, I will never say any women or men who wants to become a parent that they will not become the parent. But I'm not doing that consultation now, because every day I'm realizing many people have difficulty in having childbirth. So how we connect this with Dharmic and Adhyatmik? Adhyatmik is when we accept the promises in the horoscope. For example, the person who took the marriage consultation, if he is Adhyatmik, he will choose to be a single. Yes, there are other things which connected with the worries, like who will take care of me in the old age. Will I be alone? Many people want to have a companion who can listen to us and suggest some solutions, or these kind of life traps. It is there in everyone's chart. Even my horoscope also shows many things which are denied. I was also feeling very burdened when I came into that reality that this particular thing is not promised to me in my horoscope. So it took some time for me to adjust with that truth. But once when I started taking my life in a spiritual way, it was very easy for me to accept. See, many women got raped in the past years. In the coming years also, many women will get raped. Many people died in accident in the past, in the past years. Many more people will die in the future also in accidents. See, these promises, they are varying in different horoscopes, and once we understand what the promises are, that's when this Adhyatmic life going to help you to survive or to find some solutions for the issues. So what Guruji Shree Raoji said is that there are so many Dharmic people who displays the Dharmic conduct, like rituals and pilgrimages and other attending yagyas and all that, but the number of Adhyatmic people are very less. Guruji Shree Raoji's mother told him, you should not get married because you do not have the capacity to have a good family life. You will not be a good husband. You will not be a good father. So he didn't marry. It took a lot of courage for him. It was not easy for him. So when we say, okay, wow, he took his mother's advice and he became a big guru, but the path towards that celibacy was not easy for him. I am so sure about that, because We all are in this Mohamaya. We will definitely get kind of various temptations. So the Adhyatmic life, more than you doing pujas, more than you doing rituals and all that, Adhyatmic life is a big remedy for a lot of issues in your life. Acceptance, despite bad or good, accept it. When you focus on the right things, the positive promises, your Adhyatmic knowledge also will increase. That will definitely guide you through the right path. Most of the consultations which comes to me displays the selfish attitude. I want this, I want promotion, I want this particular thing. You cannot ask like that. And it is not an astrologer's duty to provide you with this. What astrologer can do is that, okay, you do this. This is your destiny. Not like, you do this thing so that I can give. I know so many astrologers who promises, I will clear out everything, I will give you this, I will help you to doing this. Nothing is going to happen. Look into the life of many astrologers. They are suffering because of these bad promises given to the clients, bad hopes to the clients. It needs a lot of courage for astrologers to say, okay, this is the promise, this is your destiny. This for your 10th house is a good promise, so that is a good destiny. Your 6th house is a bad combination, there is a bad promise, you be careful about that. For all this realization, you need that Adhyatmic or that spiritual enlightening. We may be a body, a group of organs covered by a large organ called skin. We are perishable. We get a short span of life in this world. In this short span of time, we have to correct a lot of past birth karma. For that, we are coming here, we have come here. In order to understand the past life karma, see, we all come here to correct the past life karma, to balance the past life and present life karma, so that we can move towards moksha. There may be rationals around us telling that this is a momentary life, just enjoy, go here, enjoy whatever you want, this is just one life, do whatever you want. But spirituality is not like that. The ultimate intention of spirituality is go back to the source. You need that kind of purity, and I don't know why God is doing that. In order to realize that, you need that spiritual or Adhyatmic learning. Especially, the world is going through a lot of Rahu intervention. Rahu is illusion. See, all the film actors, Instagram influencers are impacting our life. Sometimes I also feel that I am going to be a mind control slave by following this Instagram reel, so I deleted it. Because you buy this foundation, you will glow, you buy this particular medicine, you will get good sleep. There is a big company who is selling the sleep medicine. I bought that, I didn't get any sleep. Whitening pills. People are going after whitening pills, Korean glass skin. See, we live in a different country with a different climate, different food habits, and we are expecting our skin to be like Korean skin, and we are damaging our skin. See, we all are going through a lot of Rahu kind of intervention period, and we want to somehow project ourselves, like externalization. And the spirituality is not externalization. We need to internalize who am I, what we want. That is the ultimate intention of astrology or any spiritual science. Our rishis, sages all went for meditation for years, and they got amazing powers so that they can improve their life. They got siddhi, big siddhis, like look at Sage Parashara. He made Krishna Dvaipayana, Vyasa, amid a river in a boat, and this child suddenly grew up out of that siddhi. Because see, we have a lot of spiritual energy in us. Once we start exploring it, we will have a lot of changes in our life, positive changes in our life. Despite our horoscope showing a lot of negative things, we will have the power to understand those things, adjust with those things, and we can manage the behavior, or we can get the best practical suggestion to overcome the challenges in the horoscope. Yes, prayer, puja and all we can do. That's what Guruji said. The Dharmic and Adhyatmik are totally different. By going to temple every day doesn't make you Adhyatmik. By doing what hijrah, by going to Mecca or by going to Holy Land, it all Dharmic. But these things cannot make you Adhyatmik, spiritually elevated. Our intention is to become spiritually enlightened. Doing the rituals, it can be a part and it cannot be a part. So there is a vast difference. And while I was listening to that, I was thinking, how are my spiritual energies? Is that helping me? How much I should control myself from falling into the maya of this world? That class was, an eye-opener to me and my friend who came with me. She's Bisariaji's student. We were talking about the promises in the horoscope, our destiny, our moksha, and charity. Charity is one big fraud going on to show the dharmic kind of lifestyle. People are doing charity. I am doing this charity. I am going to orphanage. I am distributing sweets. Okay, you can do that. That is good. But is that helping you to be a spiritual person? See, this is why we need to have a guru in our life. See, all countries, despite the geographic, all the countries, kings who ruled them, they had spiritual advisors. So it is very important to have a very sattvic Guruji in our life so that he can show you what is good and what is bad. This particular person whom I mentioned in the research group, he was doing all the rituals, but part time also he is doing all the bad activities, getting trapped by police. He is under fear, what time the police will come and arrest him. So the life is very tricky. And see, nowadays people, all they want name, fame, just to gather the attention from the mortal people. They want to be viral in the social media. Why? What is being viral in the social media? They can make more money. And and people who live today, and there is no guarantee that they will live tomorrow. These people, the people who want attention from these mortal people, but nobody is looking at the Adhyatmic level, whether God will be happy despite you are following Krishna, Christ or Allah or Yahweh, or they will be happy with you. They want you to follow this, or they just want you to do some pilgrimages, do hijrah, going to Holy Land. Anybody can do. See, you take the list of people who are doing all these things. They all have a lot of crises in their life. Everybody will have crisis, but but once you move into spirituality, the pure Adhyatmik, there are fake spiritual gurus. You need to understand that also. That's why the importance of Guruji like Shree Raoji comes in, such a divine person, such a great person. I'm so I might have done something good in my past that I learned from him. I'm sure until 2012 my life was so full of miseries, so much of worries and pains and lack of confidence and everything. But once when I start learning from him, my life changed. A totally different kind of life I am living now. Last Guru Purnima, I mailed Guruji Shree Raoji. I'm so grateful that I'm your student. You accepted me as your student. You changed my life. The change didn't come immediately. It took some more time. Evolution is always difficult. Evolving, that evolution path was so difficult. But when I look back, I can see the happiest me in these days. My Ketu Dasha, after 2 Andhadashas, my life changed a lot. That time I was so happy, so peaceful. Now also I am. Everything started after meeting my Guruji Shree Raoji. I never expected, I don't follow any religion. I don't follow Hinduism, Christianity, Muslim and all. I'm a monotheist. I follow only God, and my God do not have any particular name. I don't do any puja. But the happiness and the contentment in my life was not there before 2012. My life went through a lot of transformation, and my astrology studies has a lot to do with that. And in that class, he was telling one story. It was not story, but it is taken from Rauser's life. It is about Jupiter, Venus and Venus, Jupiter Dasha. What Sir said yesterday is that Jupiter, Venus Dasha will give you shock through happiness as well as sorrow. Rauser has gone through Venus, Jupiter as well as Jupiter, Venus. During his Venus, Jupiter Dasha, he was in a good job. His career was good, but his father met with an accident, and it put a lot of transformation in his life. In Jupiter, Venus Dasha, before that his elder brother passed away. Guruji was in Delhi that time. In Jupiter, Venus Dasha, they planned to relocate to Bangalore. So Guruji asked us to research on this topic and submit what we learned from that. So you also check and please tell me what happened. Young people may not get both the dashas together. They may get only one dasha. For me, I don't have Jupiter dasha because I was not born in that Jupiter's time period. If you have gone through Jupiter Venus or Venus Jupiter, please post in the comment section what you went through those dashas, whether it was shocking in a happy or unhappy mode. Let me tell you what is there extra. Okay. So this is what Raoji taught us yesterday. I'm in Bangalore right now, and tomorrow I'll be going to Delhi to meet Deepak Bisaria ji. And my first batch of medical astrology and Vedic astrology has completed, and I will, if it is possible, my students are okay, I will publish certificates in the YouTube community also. Thank you and Jai Hind.